that one's going to get taken. And yeah, as you guys are mentioning, the Glycerin stuff coming through here. So looking a bit deeper into the champion pools, if we expect similar bans that we've seen before, the ADC pool specifically tends to be problematic in late iterations of the Fearless draft, because the ADC pool in general is a little bit slim. So we start looking at champions like Zeri, perhaps, the Jinx being open, and of course, if we've got some AP champions in our pocket, which it seems like Hums does,
Mel hasn't been picked, Fox.
That's true.
Let's have it stay this way, please.
I think we're going to see it this game. I'm afraid,
yeah. Because what else do you open up with?
I'm kidding. Please don't. I mean, Wukong, for instance, has been available, such a prominent jungle as well. A lot of things. Maokai was played by both supports, Hustling and Kasing. And with that in mind, I think they both lost their games playing Maokai.
Haven't had Maokai yet?
No, it's been permabanned, this Maokai. So, yeah, Kasante.
Not even Kasante. Imagine this world.
Yeah. What?
This is a weird timeline, Solari.
It is. I was because these champions are so high in priority. I was sure that we have seen them already today throughout the day. So I was going through those picks on the KitKat Fearless draft on top, but they're not there apparently. So I think I need a break. But these guys definitely don't. So we have Xante, we have Jinx talking about the AD carry pool. They're still very strong champions, and honestly, Jinx in Hamza's hands is exactly what we need to see. Give this guy finally a big hyper carry and do something about him, because he has been popping off for the whole series today.
He has, and to be honest, it's been a surprise for me. Hums was not on my bingo card as being Sack's carry for this series, but he's been solid. He's been absolutely solid in all the games he's played. And yeah, I do think it's a bit harder to succeed on Jinx than it is, like the Corki, the Varus, and the Ziggs as well. So he is going to face that struggle there, as his Twitch is locked in now. Okay, so we're going to be seeing everything on Twitch, which for me means perhaps even the Enchanter support's coming through this time around, right? Well, if we put Maokai in the jungle and we start flexing that around, then maybe we do see that happen.
And Silas for leader. We've seen Silas being banned already, but this is one of those champions that fit leader's playstyle perfectly, and he has really been excelling at. So finally, Ruddy pick it up. I wonder what jungler we have to pair up with him, because jungler pool is another thing that has been going. We've been running out of it, basically. The pool has been reduced a lot. All of the highest priority junglers have already been taken, pretty much except for Wukong. So if Bulldog don't ban it now, it's going to be a big miss from their side. Oh, and J4. And J4 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
With Jinx there, J4 doesn't look that bad as well. Getting some immobile carries just locked in as Twitch is praise and praise. That would be interesting. Mel, so far, not being removed, not even picked on the second rotation of bans. By the way, for everybody on the chat, I'm going to take this opportunity. You see it updated. It's actually pinned a comment that if you want to watch the finals, we have a massive viewing party being built up. You can join us. Tickets are for sale already, so keep that in mind. On the venue itself, it's sold out. I'm so sorry. But on the watch party, you can actually even watch LEC afterwards. So it's a League of Legends day.
Yes. Perfect.
Love that.
I'll be going, I'm just saying.
Another reason to go there for everybody in the chat.
No, that's the opposite. The Poppy is also removed. What else do you remove? Lulu! Wait.
Lulu! What? No, Bulldog removing a Lulu. Oh my god. I mean, I see the point here, actually. I mean, Lulu with Jinx is not exactly something you want to be playing around. If you want to make your priority killing that Jinx, Lulu is going to be a very big menace. She's going to be a very big obstacle for you. But it's still sad that we don't see Kasing playing her.
It suggests that the Maokai is firmly locked from Bulldog in that support position, and I would love to see that Jarvan here. You guys mentioned Jarvan not being picked up here. I think it is very, very solid. Creates the terrain for Gnar to jump in with, the spray and pray as well, with everyone locked in, and those relatively low mobility carries as well in the Jinx. Milio is a bit tough. It's kind of like, he can sort of reset what's happening here for Jarvan, but considering, you're relatively pinched, this is it. It's between Jarvan and Wukong. It is going to be the Wukong instead, which, they're similar champions. They do similar things. Yeah, now we're just rounding out with that mid lane. You want to pick something here that doesn't give a good ultimate, preferably give a good ultimate over to leader, right? On that Silas. Yeah, there are, we still haven't seen the way come through here either. I think this is a big gamble if they go for the Akali. Yeah, okay, it is going to be that way instead. So yeah, nicely rounded out here for Bulldogs. Good cluster, good amount of AoE damage, and a bit of a what I would consider a Bulldog team comp here.
I think I would still like J4 more in Bulldog's team composition. Wukong is a good jungler, he fits here, but it feels like with Twitch and with everybody, honestly, the lock-in from J4 would have worked so good. But well, it is what it is. It's Wukong, it's Wei, and it is a Mumu in the end for the Ruddy side.
Salari Foxtrot, I need a name before this match. It could be it. It could be done. Salari. Bulldog for Salari. No, Foxtrot, you go for Bulldog. Salari, tell me.
I go for Ruddy then.
Ruddy, you predicted Bulldog. Well, confusion of the highest order on the desk is we toss it to the ends, and I'll be right back. I'll see you soon. Salari.
Trouble, I am excited. A draft that feels a bit illegal, considering we're in Game 4 Fearless, I might add, but very exciting nonetheless. Still a few weird picks in there, but very much a lot of meta champions somehow slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at blue side for Bulldog Esports, and I'm like, how is this Game 4 of Fearless with Wei and Wukong and Maokai? It feels like slowly but surely, Kasing has found ways to sort of snatch champions from other lanes, like the Galio bot lane and the Maokai bot lane, and played bot. From the jungle over to bot. And obviously, like, champions don't necessarily belong to a lane, but it feels like they have found multi-purpose. And, well, it wouldn't be a Bulldog Gaming level 1. Bulldog Esports, sorry, level 1. If they didn't bundle up as 5 to enter the top quadrant of Yakos' jungle. This time around, however, Ruddy are pretty aware.
Ruddy very much aware of the moves that are being made around them, able to just get a bit of damage on Kasing. Nothing that really matters, there's still time to reset, but a nice little fun skirmish just to keep the mood light, despite this game being, decisive Game 5.
I don't know if this is going to be to keep the mood light in level 1. I think this is pretty much a setup for a lane swap. This is going to be punishing Miatek. Again, he's piloting the Gnar this time around. And the Gnar is going to definitely suffer in a lane versus Jinx plus Milio. On the other side, I think Perks is chilling with K'Sante. Level 2 K'Sante, pretty much undammable. Even in the 1v2, 1 versus 3 kind of scenario. So if that goes through, I would say that Radisak are kind of the big winners right here, putting that bot lane into the Gnar.
Yeah, the Gnar. I will be excited to watch that. I think in particular, one of the things that excites me about the Gnar is obviously it's hard to execute, but when there comes a silence against the Trouble, the Gnar was what we're looking up for twice, and it's often more decisive on the Silas side because of the huge AP scaling. And leader, we saw him find the right team fight in game number 3 to give Ruddy the lead, and now match point. He certainly has the tools to do so again here in game 4.
I think the tools are getting taken away from him, especially when you want to play a carry champion. This is why lane swaps are kind of tricky, right? Because especially when you need to have the ability to carry, especially that level 6 Gnar, we're looking for the big ultimates. You mentioned Silas as well, stealing that away. We're looking for impact from Miatek, which we have seen in the 2 games that Bulldog... Sorry, 1 game. Oh my god. 1 game that Bulldog Esports won, and the other 2 that they didn't. He still had a bunch of impact. He has been probably the best performing player on that roster for today. My brain has still not taken into consideration that Radisak won the previous game. He's just in disbelief. We'll get there eventually. Jankos is looking for that dive. Still level 1 onto Miatek.
Level 3 Jankos half HP. Hostin nicely takes the turret. Well executed. He will go down as Lunas able to pick up the counter kill. Hums takes 1 turret shot. There's blood though, the kill on the AD carry, and Cayman looking for leader here in the mid lane. Ignite comes through, great flash. to buy the spaces. It was a very good rotation from Kasing there.
Yeah, very nicely done. I think 3 things are for sure. Death taxes, Kasing ganking mid lane together with Lulash. Lulash was a little bit busy over on the top side of the map, so Kasing it is this time around. However, they will take leader's flash. And that's very important because the come around could come through from Kasing. Double up onto the gang in the mid lane, try to punish leader. It has been the case for both of these teams. Oh, Lulash?
Yeah, Lula's finding the right angle here as leader, and Huston wants to make the play. No one dies yet again, though.
They do stick around.
They're waiting.
There's
just waiting
flash
for
on
the right
Kasing.
opportunity.
There's flash on Kasing, so they're expecting for leader to press E. Very calm and collected from leader. Doesn't actually do so. They knew that possibly Kasing and Lulash would be around still. We'll turn around gang. And again, this is a very... Kasing is still around mid lane. Hustling's gonna be coming over from the other side of the map as well. Here's the E.
Oh, leader this time caught out. No flash, but the damage is just good enough yet. Lunas, though, should be the nail in the coffin for leader this time around. Flash EQ available if needed. But he knows what happens. No! He just takes Cayman down. There is still a flash on Lulas. Flash Q has to be it, right? Leader needs to die here. You can't allow him to escape, and Lulas will make sure that doesn't happen.
Best case scenario right here from leader. That's a 1 versus 3. However, he gets to waste a bunch of time for Kasing and Lulash in the mid lane while he absorbs pressure. That wave's also going to be pushing towards him, so he's not going to have to necessarily overextend, and Jankos gets to stay in the jungle and try to clear through. So, not worst case scenario right here for leader. Gets 1 kill in return too. So, pretty good stuff right here from the mid lane of Ruddy.
Yeah, that is a key start for him. He's been so important this series. There are many important members you can highlight, but leader has been #1 priority, and he'll get another kill here in Cayman. A few more autos. Jankos instead takes it, and I believe that's the first time this series trouble they've managed to claim the feature spring.
Have I showed you my jungle and support? I feel like Cayman has showed leader plenty of times. It was time for leader to show him his. Yeah.
Yes, you know, one of your support and jungler has to come and kill me, dying in a trade. Sadly for leader, he didn't get the kill, but Jankos very happily takes that one. Obviously unmatched, but it is still hard to wrap my head around that fact as the Void Grubs are about to spawn. I do believe Bulldog will have priority over Trouble, and that means Ruddy will get that over.
Yeah, Bulldog Esports first ones to walk into this river. And as you will see, they have selected to keep Hums down the bottom. Uh-oh, Jankos.
He has flash, could buy space. Mirtek could follow though, and Cayman just gets a freebie.
2-0 on this Wukong. And Wukong currently is one of the strongest sort of bruiser champions in the jungle. So getting him ahead early will sort of alleviate a lot of the pressure from the Twitch. Because usually you want to have the Twitch farm and soak up waves from around other lanes, just as you see that Exofeng has been primarily put against the perks to try and sort of bounce the wave back and forth. The wave pushes in, Exofeng pushes it back out, so on and so forth. So, sort of getting that Twitch under the radar. Lulash being ahead right here, he gets the chance to actually put a little bit more of the spotlight on him. Level 4, almost level 5. Jankos will be ahead due to the fact that Lulash has been more active on the map in general. They'll be fine.
Confident. Yeah. Very confident he stepped out. I thought maybe Kasing was ready for it. He wasn't though. The Ruddy top laner. Given off a solo kills in the first few games, Trouble, but has certainly stepped up his game, showing, you know, why Perks is Perks. He's, without a doubt, a very good player who's won quite a bit in his time. Exofeng, not someone who's won as much, but has won the honor of being Tower Dove by a previous MSI champion. Jankos will just walk up, hit the bandage toss, and
no way.
A good flash cleanse, as now Jankos the one in trouble. Forced to flash out underneath the turret. Exofeng outplays it though and survives.
What? What? How did this happen? He almost takes Jankos with him, forces his flash as well. Obviously, Exofeng has to use both of his summoner spells, but he gets out alive. Gets to farm the wave, push out the wave, stay alive, and that was 3, almost 4 members committed to that dive. No kill going over to Ruddy. There's so much tension in the early game. I feel like both teams have really good reasons for shutting down champions like Twitch or Silas in the early game, but there again, there's so much in terms of farming that you can get towards the late game. You can scale into the late game. You've got Twitch on one side, you've got Jinx on the other. But hey, it's been the name of the series for the entire series. Oh, as we have
Speaking
another
of
pause.
the name of the game of the series, the pauses have been a recurring theme as well. As a pause has been requested. There are drakes on the map. The void groups will be up in a few minutes. Plenty more objectives. An even game. Once again, trouble early on. Still plenty of this story to be told here between Ruddy and Bulldog, the two UK orcs. Going head to head. I think it's worth remembering, just in the grand scheme of things, for Ruddy as an organization, last year's Ruddy, they went to back-to-back finals. Didn't win any of them, trouble. And this time they're still quite a ways away, but this will take them one step closer and going back to the spot they were in 2 times last year.
They're very close with this particular composition of players, if you will, that they've brought in. Sats as leader right there. As we have resolved the pause, it was just a bit of FPS lag, and it has been resolved, so we're getting back into the action. Jankos on the top side of the map. He's looking for Mietek, level 7, onto perks as well.
Mietek happily stepping up and trading, knowing he has the Mega now available as well. Could see him going in here just for a little bit of a trade, but would need to be a bit careful. Jaegers could quickly join in. Oh, but Perks makes himself look very tempting. Mietek, will you commit to this? Doesn't do it in the end. Just want to overcommit. You can feel the tension, right, Trouble? You don't want to make that one mistake that just changes your whole outcome of the laning phase. Giving one over in the top lane could be detrimental. You see Kasing and Exo down in the bot lane, and the lanes have gone back to normal. No one is lane swapping anymore, and thank God for that.
I mean, it's usually just during the early game that you want to be lane swapping for, level 5s, level 6. I think last summer it used to be just, hey, you're gonna lane swap until level 3, so you can avoid kill lanes, and then you go back to your normal lanes right here. They stay about to level 5, level 6, and then they swap back. We do have Void Grubs spawning again in 45 seconds time. There's already 3 in the pocket of Bulldog Esports, so I do expect them to want to extend that to number 6. You do have Twitch. You're gonna be hitting those towers really, really hard. And let's see when the rotation will start coming through. 30 seconds. And as you can see, Kasing already resetting on the bottom side of the map. Mietek heading towards the top side, and so is Lulash.
Yeah, it looks like Ruddy Saga just happily gonna claim the strike. Maybe a plate or 2 for Huston. Or not Huston, sorry, Hums rather. And then they give up those 6 Void Grubs. I believe they gave those up in game number 3 as well. It didn't end up mattering. Hums helping out Yankas, giving it a bit of tempo. It is very clear what these teams have set their sights on. Even though nicely rotating bot lane to make sure those plates won't go over. Resets now coming through, but if they're looking to play around these Void Grubs, they are too late.
Yeah, they're not going to be playing around those Void Grubs anytime soon. They have no setup for it. It's going to be a trade between the Dragon and the 6 Void Grubs. Came in a little bit too far forward.
That's the flash, but where would you go in this situation? Not many ways to safety, even towards the turret. I thought it would still surely be his demise, but a good flash buys more time and enough eventually actually just to walk out. I didn't think he'd get out. Okay, fair enough.
And that's scary now for Cayman, because Yanko's can just wrap around. And Cayman will have to either ditch the wave or die. Now Leader is going to pressure the wave. And let's see if they're going to be able to get that dive going onto Cayman. The Q just a bit too late.
Hey.
However, you are forcing the reset. You are forcing the TP. Leader does get the turret plating as well. Very well played right there. From the sort of Ruddy side, the patience pays through. Leader gets to push that wave, grabs the turret plating as well. One step closer to his first item.
Yeah, speaking of first items, Hums just got his. Same goes for Leader Yankas. Yep. Building up a little bit of a storm here. 2 elusive objectives, 2-1. Ruddy side get 2 in a row. They will have the feature strength. We'll also be keeping our eyes on the first shirt as plate fall off in just a few minutes. A slower early game Trouble, and for once in this series you feel like we have time to breathe, zoom out a bit, and you start to remember how much is at stake. Season will be over here for Bulldog if they lose this game. Their split is done, and I think they would be satisfied with their performance. They might have thought that they could reach higher, and I think they've shown that they had capabilities of doing so. But with my expectations of the roster coming into the split, I think they've done themselves very proud, regardless of what happens at the rest of the season.
Absolutely, and here they have the chance for quote-unquote upset on everyone's books. Ruddy Sack, again, ranking about second or third behind Los Ratones and Nord. And right here, Bulldog Esports, they have the chance for a pretty big upset in the NLC. If you compare the two rosters together. Now again, Ruddy Sack, they're looking at Cayman, they took his flash, they took his teleport, and they're looking to take his life.
Yeah, this time he has to die. No, the TP and the... Okay, come on, man. Did I cast the curse him that badly? The TP and the misbandage touch. I said surely he was gonna die.
But that's pretty...
Didn't end up costing him anything.
But that's pretty huge right here because you're creating so much pressure by just showing up and missing nothing. Perks gets to push top lane wave for free. This almost whole wave is going to be missed. Exofang is making his way towards the top side. You get to chip in on the tower. And then nothing's missed in the mid lane. You're pulling a TP from Miatek as well. It's pretty good stuff, unless they can punish Perks here.
He's too tanky.
He's out.
Yeah.
Peace.
I mean, it's Cassante who's stacked armor early on against 280 champs. He can survive for quite a while. No doubt about that. He's coming up a little bit of a storm here in the mid lane. You know, we're just setting the stage for what I assume will be many interesting late game team fights once again, because none of these teams seem too interested in full big on fights. Rather, looking for that one pick, looking for that one kill here and there. And just scaling up now. The bot lane, the constant point of pressure as Ruddy Sack face a bit of the same up on the top side. It's Perks who has to dash out and does so very well. Nice escape there from him as wouldn't allow play, stops the recall as well, buys more time. Perks flawlessly dances out of the trouble.
Yeah, and that's all she rolled, whilst leader on the bot side, I think he's very close to taking the tower, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Just
he
gets
got
the
it,
tower right now. Perks is defending. Hustling is on his way. Perks cannot stay underneath this tower. 1 versus 3 for the time being. Doesn't have the ultimate, doesn't have his flash available. Gonna have to give that tower up. Just about farming the wave right there, and it's going to be a tower for a tower trade. Leader taking the first one on the map on the bot side. And Jankos has been so active in general on the map. Now seeing the Mega Knife from Miatek. Does he fancy his chances here? He's just passing by.
Jankos very much showing his face. Not often he gets the kills from the Doas came in. Now faces down Perks, TP in. The tick, ooh, not quite enough. The Archangels early on. Maybe Leanders would have done differently there, buddy. Perks able to walk it off. I mean, this game, man, so many close calls.
Yeah, here's the unfortunate thing. Perks is fully armored up. Doesn't have any MR on him whatsoever at this point. I mean, you're playing against Gnar, Wukong, and Twitch. Obviously, you want to be stacking up on this armor, which means that Cayman on that way is going to be hurting. With a full item completed as well. Just about gets out. Calculated from Perks. Pretty good stuff right here, though, because it allows him for a reset to now start getting set up for the next dragon that has just spawned.
Second Drake on the map already, so I guess you say trouble. Ruddy Sack. You want more than that, though. Cassine is the primary target, able to run away for now, but with the CC chain coming through, finally enough damage lands from Jankos, and that will be the kill. Bulldog has now rotated down as well. Came in, could be caught out here. The flash is available, and will use it just in time to get out. Just tries to trade back, but Ruddy Sack got the lock on this objective, it feels like, as despite Miatek showing up, won't change a thing. The second Drake will go to Ruddy Sack.
That was such a clutch Q coming in from Perks through the wall. Forcing Cayman's flash again. I feel like Cayman has had a miserable time for the past 2 games at least. He has been on the scope of Ruddy Sack over and over again. Jankos hitting that mid lane, taking the flash, repeat ganking. Now you have Perks trying to do the same, hustling the entire time with the Bard as well. I feel like, Cayman is not having a very good time in terms of how many people he sees around him for the entire duration of that early to mid game. And on an immobile champion such as the Wei, you cannot necessarily afford to miss position, especially when you do not have your summoners available. So Cayman, from now on, and for about 3.5 minutes, close to 4, he's going to have to be very, very careful on how he positions onto this Wei. Saying that, Rift Herald spawned on the map, and Bulldog Esports, again, they're always very punctual, very early in terms of objectives, very good at setting up for those. Let's see now with the setup that they have, if Ruddy Sack actually fancies their chances.
Yeah, hustling. Caught on the ward here. Ultimate won't be enough. Exo thing there as well. Just cut down his HP by in a second. Didn't even see the little rat sneaking up, but the TP through from Perks. Sure, they want to give this up for free, but not many options left in their toolbox to work something out. 4 for 4 on the kill score, goals still relatively even. Let's go on this game, 70 minutes in. Slower one, it's kind, but these games keeping each other within reach. Bulldog looking to force a game 5. Ruddy looking to advance and secure top 4.
Perks is looking also so confident onto this Cassante. He's playing absolutely in that front line, trying to hit the Qs, trying to get the knockback. Or the pullback? No, the pullback and knockback, I guess. On the Cassante, Ruddy as a 5-member unit walking onto the top side river, looking for that Rift Herald. It's gonna be started. Miatek heading towards the bot side. Does have the TP. He does need to join. However, Exofeng, no flash, very little mana, and chipped up on his HP, which means that Ruddy are going to take that Rift Herald for free.
Miatek should get the turn on the bot lane as a trade. Bulldog initially starting it, giving it up. Soon because they didn't want to overextend. Resets now coming through. The gold yet very even. Same tale seems to be told as we are waiting for what will be those big team fights later on. I'm looking at the Twitch trouble. I'm looking at, Hums of course on that Jinx, but the silence as well from Leader. If he finds the right engage, 2 items already, he could very quickly execute Exofeng. His positioning so far this game has been good, but we know he can be caught. We saw it in game 3.
Now, you guys watched the Ruddy game with Mishi. He
Speaking
also
of
played.
call-
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, the Exofeng, and still available, uses it all, but it's not enough this time around. As Yanka solo kills him for the shutdown.
I was about to actually say... if you guys saw Mishi and how he played the Twitch, he was trying to surprise plays, which means that with the Twitch as an AD carry, you don't necessarily need to go for the front-to-back, very textbook team fights, because he gets to choose his angles in those fights. Now, Leader, of course, is going to use that Maokai ult to zone away Bulldog Esports, so that the tower ends up going down. Tier 1 mid lane going over to the side of Ruddy. However, when you are playing the Twitch, you can't be the one getting caught in the beginning. Not only do they get the kill onto him, but very crucially, they take double summoners. Again, Jankos has been so freaking active this entire game. I was about to say map. I'm losing my mind slowly but surely. He's been taking flashes the whole time, which then in return, Radistak have been able to capitalize upon.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind through trouble. This game, man, or this series as a whole, has taken a toll. And I imagine it's the same case for both teams. A gold lead growing now already Sack. As they are pulling a bit away. 2 items have been hit, both the anchors and on Leader. Arakan now available as well. Exofeng, one of the guys that has been on many people's slips throughout the split. 17-year-old coming in from the Polish scene and made a name for himself. The most star-studded NLC in history. He'll need to play perfectly here. I didn't expect this to turn into a kill, and I still doubt it will. Not a wet noodle fight per se, but 2 tanky bruises going against each other takes a lot to go into a kill.
Okay. 2 tanky bruises going against each other. One is named Cassante. Who do you favor?
Always the Cassante in the long run, as Miatek will also now face the might of Leader, jumping around and skipping to buy some space. He's simply waiting for the inevitable. His grave has been laid out for him. He will be buried 6 foot under. It is just a matter of time. He could execute, but he will die regardless. And then the rocket goes wide, and then Perks takes it himself. So close, Hums. So close.
Good reactions right there from Miatek as well to sidestep the rocket from Jinx. However, this is going to be a kill. Not much used on the map as well from the side of Ruddy, apart from that flash coming through from Perks, because Leader sort of took over the bot lane wave push, has pushed it all the way over to that tier 2. This opens up the avenue for Ruddy to push that mid lane wave as well, and then deep into river, grab their 3rd dragon, which is going to give him soul point. And on the recent Perks, catches that top lane wave as well. So far, so good. I want you to look over on the top side of the map. So much vision has already been laid down by Bulldog Esports. They're going to send Kamin over on the bot side. Does have teleport if a fight breaks out. He can join them at any minute. However, the most important thing is that... Bulldog Esports has so much vision on the top side. And as you previously mentioned very well, Atakan has just spawned. Now, Bulldog Esports not necessarily the best users of Atakan, because I do like to play a slow game. However, better take it yourself than give it away.
Yeah, the Atakan was key at the beginning of the split. Now it's nice, but not necessary. It feels like as teams have down prioritized it, learned how to play around it. This is one of those games, Trouble, where, you know, it feels like maybe we get 5-10 minutes more of just quiet and calm before the storm, and then one fight that decides the game, that decides who goes into that 10k goal lead.
Oh no.
Slowly but surely closes out the game. And what a way to start off the fight. And catching out your opponent's AD carry, catching out the mid lane. Now we'll be looking for those picks once again. They were key in Bulldog winning game number 1. We need to find that form again. There is no room for error anymore. There is no longer a loser's bracket you can fall into. No more maps you can lose. If you lose this game, Bulldog, your split is over. Maybe Ruddy are collapsing on me attack.
I feel like Ruddy's like really fancying the chances right here. If you look across the board, they have a 2-item power spike. Well, that's not the same case for Bulldog Esports and Miatek. He's been caught as Mininar.
Yeah, the tower dive is well and truly easy to execute. They get the tower on top of it as well. That could just be the Atakan, unless Exofeng feels like he could do something. Worth noting, two ultimates rather, extended on it. 2 big ultimates in a team fight. Bulldog very capable of responding to this. Perks as TPs who could join back in.
They are resetting on vision. However, Bulldog Esports are not going to let them reset just that easily. This is going to be a 4 versus 5. Miatek does have teleport. The flank TP coming through from Perks. Can he find Exofeng?
It's a really good flank. Eyes on Exofeng. The flash is up in 10 seconds.
He can't find him.
Waits for his right moment. Perks runs into just the tanks and not the important target. Decides to take someone else away. A leader should just be gone. No, the auto attack is not enough damage. Perks caught in a 1v4, however, and his death is secured. Shut down. Secured by Exofeng. Atakan's still alive though. Bulldog can walk forward here. Yankers is low. Leader is low. It's only Hums and Hustlin who can do something, as Hums already just forces quite a few flashes to begin with. And no team wants to overextend Trouble. It's just a 1-for-0.
Wow, only Perks dies here. Leader and Perks were knees deep into this river. And Leader somehow miraculously manages to get out. It was a good idea, it was a good flank. However, Exofeng had already gone into stealth and they couldn't find him. And by the time he showed up, it was way too late. Redisak was too far away. Let's have a look at this one more time. You see the double flank from Leader and Perks, but look at Exofeng. He goes a little bit to the right, just about hides. The second he shows, a little bit too late. Perks has to grab Cayman to try and assassinate the mid laner. He does pretty good damage on him. However, Radisak had been isolated on the tops of the map, couldn't follow up. They were too split apart. Leader, luckily for him, makes it out, and this is going to be it. A bunch of flashes. Here's the big
the big rocket.
yeah, coming through from everyone, where you're like, okay, Hums is just gonna pentakill on his own here. Wasn't the case. Flash big W right there for Bulldog Esports, and they get out.
This game, 3k goalie, has been slowing down a bit as there is a Drake in just a minute's time. This is the soul for the side of Ruddy if they get it. A Cloud Soul will be very important, but so far the eyes are still set on Yark.
The TP coming through from Cayman. They want to have the setup, however, look behind them. Leader is now pushing that mid lane, and they need to keep aware of where the Silas is.
They found Miatek, but they can't take him down. They can't commit to him as he's able to buy enough. As Hums finally takes him down, Exofeng unloads on towards Hustlin. It's not their priority target, but it's one they like. Hums is solo Exofeng, dealing a whole heap of damage at exactly the right time. Ruddysack have found Kasing as Exofeng just steps up towards Hums, takes him down. Leader though connects with the abscond, abduct, and takes him down. Cayman, the last remaining member of Bulldog, kiting back towards the Atakan pit. The health bars are low, though, as the abscond abduct Cayman continues to buy time. The tanks slowly but surely chipping away at his HP bar as Ruddysack claimed the ace.
You're saying he's buying time? There's no one to buy time for! Everyone is dead from Bulldog Esports, and that looked like a very promising fight. Exofeng found a fantastic angle, but yet again, his positioning gives him away, walks a little bit too far forward, and gets punished. Just watch this one more time again. All eyes on Leader. He's coming through from the mid lane. Right now, Bulldog Esports know they're being sandwiched, so they're pushing over to the top side. Miatek gets caught as Minnar and absolutely annihilated instantly. And this is where Leader and Perks come through. The duo that has saved these fights over and over because Exofen gets to open fire for free. But right here, he gets a little bit too overconfident, he kills Hums, and he keeps pressuring that choke point, gets instantly engaged on.
Wow, while that was happening, Trouble, Soul just got slain by Ruddy Sack. That was the prize for the fight. Arakan still very much in the map, seems to be set of the Baron. A Cloud Soul will give extra movement speed and make it very easy to reposition if you get caught out by the Twitch. There's that thing though, that a full crit Twitch deals a lot of damage and can very quickly one-shot you in a few autos. The Cloud Soul will help make that positioning easier as... Would you believe
look
in
at that?
Trouble? It's another pause.
All right. Let's see what we've got so far. We've got feats of strength for the side of Ruddy Sack. We've got about a 5,000 gold lead for Ruddy Sack. And the Soul, which is going to be a cloud for them. Right now, I would say that this game looks pretty much like a done deal. You've got a Jinx that scales fantastically into the late game. You have Silas who does the same. You've got a Cassante that's already accelerated. It can be your front line. Jankos has been doing fantastically well into finding openings in the early game, grabbing flashes, repeating ganks, getting the kills onto the needed targets. So far, so good. I feel like this has been probably the most stable game we have seen coming through from Ruddy Sack in terms of playing it more quote-unquote textbook, if you will, setting down the vision, going for picks, translating them into neutral objectives. I don't think there has been any unnecessary fighting. If anything, it has been engaged through by Bulldog Esports. However, this is my caveat here. Bulldog Esports are incredibly good at team fighting, and there's been multiple times where they've come back through a 5k gold deficit by pure team fighting. So let's see if they're going to find an opening to punish an overextension and get that team fight through.
Perfect
Saying
timing.
that, wait!
No, not perfect timing. I cast the curse again. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I take the one I mean. No, man. Oh my. Nah, that is comical. That is.
Can you cast a curse a pause? I don't think you can.
I can cast a curse anything, it feels like, man. I'm cursed.
Hey, I'm not telling you who my favorite team is. What the heck?
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
I'm not telling you.
I mean, my own favorite football team, I've definitely cast a curse there, and they're doing horrible at the moment, so, you know, Leicester looks to be going straight back down.
Hey, I can lie to you. I can tell you who my least favorite team is as my favorite team.
That's a good
and then
idea.
you can cast a curse them. But it doesn't count, right? It has to like be truly your favorite team for it to be cast or cursed.
Yeah, but you know, ever since I got into casting, my favorite League of Legends team, Fnatic. I've been a massive Fnatic fan ever since I was, 10 years ago when I watched it with my dad. You know, when they got the 18-0 split. Ever since I got into casting, they haven't won a single trophy. Am I the curse? Like, as soon as I got into casting, they stopped winning.
I think it might run a little bit deeper than you on this one.
I mean, Dado's left and it hasn't changed anything yet. I mean, is it all my fault? Am I the problem, Trouble?
Am I the drama?
Is it all my fault? Nah. At the end of the day, though, the caster curse is a real thing. And I would love to see Fnatic win a trophy again. I was 15 last time it happened. Come on. Give me some joy here. Regardless,
apparently, we have some microphone issues on Bulldog Esports. And as soon as this get resolved, the players have to communicate. This is do or die for Bulldog Esports. Yeah. They're literally one, potentially two team fights away from being eliminated right here. This could be their last best of that they will play this season. I think so far they have definitely exceeded expectations. They have already beat the Ruddy Sack once. They're the ones that dropped them into the lower bracket, and they could potentially do it twice. However, they have to overcome huge hurdles. 5,000 gold lead, Soul going over, feats of strength going over, an incredibly good front to back composition that they have to play against. However, they've got one tool in their hands, which I feel like is very unique in terms of how Bulldog Esports want to play the game, which is the Twitch. Again, I just want to take us back to the Verdant series the other day with Mishi playing that Twitch. And the way you can just position around, you don't necessarily have to follow the front to back rules with this kind of AD carry. So if Exofeng finds an angle onto Hums, onto Haslin, eliminates them and gets out, this could be what Bulldog Esports need to win those fights.
It could be. I think it is what they need, Trouble. Look at the goalies in different lanes, right? They are behind across the map. But in AD carries, they have a nearly 3-item crit DPS AD carry in Exofeng on the Twitch. I wholeheartedly agree. If you find the right angle, the fight can be yours. It's hard to do when Yankers and Perks, two veterans, knowing when to pick that moment. Just need to do that once more to truly cement this game, this series in their favor. He's so close to advancing. Even him putting himself one best of 5 away from land finals. Two rather actually. It's 2 best of 5. Apologies. That's still a whole heap of things to go. Regardless, Artican has been started trouble.
Yep. TP is on both top laners. Perks has already taken the reset, TPing into the fight right now, and Leader, incredible positioning right here. He is going to get spotted, but getting spotted is not enough. You actually need to chase him out, which is exactly what's going to happen right there from Lulash. Bulldog Esports are looking. Exofeng, he has a pretty classic positioning right here.
Okay, and dropping the fight begins. Exofeng unloads, but on towards Jankos, not the right target. They still instantly kill the front line, and that means they can secure the Artican. Here comes Leader from the back line. They're looking for Cayman, but Exofeng stays untouched, takes down Leader. He could now turn to the next target, as in the front line, Perks also falls. Bulldog have claimed 3 unanswered kills.
And that's exactly what we were talking about. Again, I feel like Ruddy focused their energy onto Miatek being Mininar. They chased him away. And Bulldog Esports found the opportunity for the counter-engage. Exofeng was free hitting this entire time. 5 and 2. I think it's the first time this series that we do see Exofeng ahead of Hums. Okay, it doesn't even reset. It's just gonna straight up start the Baron. But you're pretty low. Oh my god, Cayman.
Yeah, Cayman just barely
my
surviving that.
Never.
My nerves couldn't handle it either. Let me make it very clear, as the smite is up, so there's not much to stress about in terms of the secure. The cold is dead even again. 800 only separating these two. That's nothing at this point of the game, Trouble, and I did not expect that, considering what we were talking about 2 minutes ago. This game certainly still alive.
Again, look, Leader is too busy dealing with Miatek on the side. Bulldog Esports, they realize that. They open fire. They know that Exofeng is really safe in the backlines. His Leader is not there to dive through. Assassinate the front line. They kill Jankos very crucially, which then allows Lulash to smite down that Atakan. It was a 3-for-1 in favor of Bulldog Esports. And again, that was a 5,000 gold lead for Rodisak. It's gone down to 1k. We're dead even.
Can you feel the tension? You can cut through it, the hot knife through butter, as the turret will be sieged down. The Baron buff making this very easy for Bulldog to walk up. Elder Drake already trouble in a minute's time. 4 quick breaks for Ruddy Sack. Just give him a nice early soul, but if they don't get control of that Elder, Exofeng will cut through anyone's HP bar in a matter of seconds.
You have to be careful of Leader here. Cayman has pinged him. Coming through the top lane. Leader is going to cut down that mid lane wave. Oh!
Lulas just finds this moment, but Hums instantly turns it around, and Lulas is dead. He doesn't have the withdrawal. Exofeng doing damage, but he gets thrown into the withdrawal as well. And fight! I think Bulldog are winning it. They've got the withdrawals. Both Exofeng, only Exofeng actually sent back, and Bulldog can continue the push. Woo! As Kasing dodges out on the rocket.
How do they keep getting away with this? How is Exofeng playing Kai'Sa when he's playing Kog'Maw and Twitch? He's just mind-blowing. Let's watch this one more time, because Lulus is engaged without his team. He's just going 1 versus 4 without his team, and then Exofeng walks so close to the sun. Straight into Cassante, Jinx, Milio. Ends up going down. Luckily for them, this was to begin with without Leader, because he had gotten caught in that mid lane wave that he tried to cut off for Bulldog Esports. Again, this time around, 1,000 gold lead for Bulldog Esports. The scale has tipped on their side this time around. And again, a very tense game. I feel like my laughter is coming out because it's getting a bit awkward, where I'm like, I'm pretty sure Ruddy should have ended this game, but they didn't. And now Bulldog Esports have the gold lead in their hands. And now suddenly the Gnar is getting very scary. And now the Twitch has 4 items. And if you don't get to pick on the Twitch, he gets to free fire. And this is getting very, very scary. Now Radisak are pushing that mid lane wave through. Elder Dragon, as you very well mentioned, very soon will be coming up on the Rift.
And as it spawns, attention turns toward it. A small goal lead for Bulldog, but keep your eyes on Exofeng. 4 items already on the Twitch. 100% crit chance. Flash available. has to find one right fight, and game 5 could be forced. Perks in the front line, taking up the damage from Kasing and Cayman. Exofeng now sneaking in lead on the back line, though he's looking for the wrong target. Exofeng's been rooted up, however, and Jankos knows where he is. They know where the rat is. They have to keep their eyes on him. They can't lose track of him as Exofeng unloads towards Hums and Hustlin. Hustlin already dead. Exofeng! He's doing it! Exofeng! One fight, one moment! And the 17-year-old prodigy cuts through Ruddy Sack!
Triple kill to turn around the fight. And what world do we live in? Radisak winning a game they should have never won, and Bulldog Esports, they're looking to do the same. 3 members up, 30-second timers on Radisak, and only Perks alive to defend.
Hustlin up in 10, but Bulldog charging strong towards the inhibitor. I think they'll go for the Elder Drake instead.
What?
Exofeng, they knew where he was. How does he manage to get that position? And once he's there, he delivers. Can't believe it.
I just want to ask our chat, are you not entertained? Passing on his way, Perks tried to play annoyance right here. Hustling.
It might have bit off more than they could chew. Both that
He's
carries.
gonna join him, the
half
TP
HP.
coming through.
They need to get back. They can't take it now. Exofeng came in. Both need the reset. No TPs for them to get back in. When they get back, Ruddy Sack can get back out on the map. Lead up nearly at the 4-item power spike. He would very much like that. Rabbit's death cap, but trouble. Let's take a look at it one more time. Exofeng, man.
They knew where Twitch was, but at some point you have to commit in the fight. Leader and Perks were too deep, and Jankos was playing guard for the Jinx and the Milio. But for how long? At some point you need to push the trigger. Unfortunately, the trigger came from Exofeng's Twitch, which absolutely wiped the floor with Ruddy Sack. 8, 2, and 4, 1.6k gold up. 4.5 items, almost full build for the rat. And now his cleanse is gonna become available to him. Elder Dragon is gonna get engaged upon Mietek. Does have teleport, sorry. And he does have Meganar, and he's TPing behind their back.
He's gonna use it. 4k on the Elder. It's dropping. Jankos needs to get in there. But Mietek has found the fight. The Elder resets, and Exofeng now unloads on towards Jankos. Instantly cuts him and leader down. He finds both of them immediately. This surely is just it. The Elder is in their sights and everything else they could ever want. Game 5 is on the cards, trouble. As Ruddy Sack now forced to defend with 3.
And if you're wondering where Exofeng has been this entire series, well, guess what? He was hiding. Absolutely incredible performance on the tweets. 10, 2, and 4. 2.5k gold lead. And Bulldog Esports are looking to push the series to its limits.
We could be going all the way here, trouble. Exofeng doesn't have the spray and pray, but he has the right angle on Hums. Exofeng finds him one last time. And as he got like Bulldog hit Pandemonium. I can't believe it, trouble. They force game 5 and they push this series to its limits.
Bulldog Esports are so close to pulling an upset.